Hey.
Hey, guys.
What's going on?
What's going on? All right. Karaoke was yesterday, all right? No,
Yeah,
Monday.
you missed
My
it.
bad.
Or Monday. Postponement. Again. Atonement. Postponement.
That's right. What's up, dudes and ladies?
What's going on, y'all?
We haven't done this in quite a while. We seem like we say that every time. I know it's been a little while.
Oh, because it has been.
I've been busy watching In the Kitchen with David on QVC.
But the intake's been driving down a little bit.
Welcome to Beer Vision.
We're getting to it.
We're here now. We're here now, and we're drinking. So what the F?
We got some.
Couple notes to do. This is our pre-St. Patty's Day special, as you can see, with the Ireland. But also, it's Flyers night. We got St. Patrick.
St. Patrick. There he is.
Hopefully he scores a goal tonight or does something.
Yeah, he needs to get off the
around like a
schneid.
douche.
He needs a goal.
In the world of balance, it wouldn't be fair unless we had a beer from Pittsburgh. Boo!
Schittsburg.
Boo! Anyway,
Schittsburg.
Mark got one from these guys, last week, 2 weeks ago? It was pretty
Bane
good.
of
I really
Existence.
enjoyed it, yeah.
The Bane of Existence. I almost didn't buy it because I hate Bane from Batman, but what are you going to do?
This is all tied together, though, because I've been watching a lot of Pennsylvania beer. There's actually a couple Pennsylvania beer documentaries. Of course, there's breweries and people. But I was watching Poured in Pennsylvania, which is a pretty good look at some of the history and then some of the... It really does a lot of breweries in 1 hour and a half, I have to say. They probably go through like maybe 40, maybe not, maybe 30. There's a lot. A lot of it's well representative. But I always think about like Philadelphia and then some of the other regions around us, but I never hear a whole lot about Pittsburgh. I think Dancing Gnome is out there kind of a little bit.
They're expanding.
There's 2 breweries in Indiana, PA, too, which is, I've been up there a few times.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is like you wonder like what is really Pittsburgh, what is really Philadelphia sometimes when they say like it's a Philly beer.
Well, yeah.
Is it really brewed in Philadelphia? Because honestly, I have to say like the actual brewed in Philadelphia beer right now is...
Yeah. But I think about like what does Pittsburgh really have as far as really good kind of heady beers? I mean, everyone brews beer, obviously. There's
Dancing Gnome definitely comes out. There's a couple other ones that come to mind. Hitchhiker, though, these guys for the last 6 years,
as far as the Haze game,
so have really been just starting to see their way over here. Distribution wise, which is great.
I never heard of them. They're 2014 initial.
So just a
startup,
little over 5 years here, and we just had our first one the other day.
It was good.
Seen a lot of hype on it on the DIPA page.
I couldn't tell you what it was, so I forget already.
What the beer?
Yeah,
it was Bane of Existence.
I'm sorry. That's where you said that.
Yeah, they still had some actually. It looks like they got another shipment in. But
I'm not even listening to him.
Anyway, it's Hitchhiker. It's Schittsburg. This is Myrcene.
It's Meerkat Manor.
Meerkat Manor.
Remember that show? Myrcene. I don't know.
I don't know.
This is what Mark says. What is it?
It's funny. I was just talking to my buddy about terpenes and what they're doing with beer, and we've had conversations before about hops and
oils
and herbals. Flowers, business flowers.
Conifers, my flowers, my business flowers.
Business flowers.
Well, a lot of times I'll just drink a beer and say whatever. But this one, I don't know. Mark was actually texted me from the store when he got it. He's like, how about this? I'm like, Hitchhiker sounds good.
Yeah, they had a breakfast stout called Woke, which I stayed away from just because I didn't feel like it. And then
I saw that on
they had a blueberry pie dessert.
Blueberry poop pie.
Something or other.
But when I saw the Myrcene or whatever, I thought, let me look it up and see what it's about because I had no idea what it was. I assumed it was some kind of... Actually, I didn't know. It was actually
some people just go on Untappd and look at the rating. Not the brothers.
Not this guy. No, I go a little bit deeper.
Steve does.
I go on Wikipedia.
Like, where does this name come from? What is this all about? What are we talking about here?
I use a little tool I like to call Google. Okay,
we're talking about terpenes. Right? Yeah, we're talking about.
But I really didn't know it was going to be a terpene. Actually, they call it something else too in the beer world. Well, see, there's terpene. When I looked this up first, they talked about cannabis, of course, because terpenes are a big cannabis thing. And then there's also hop oils too, and it's also part of essential oils. It's an oil commonly found in juniper, bay leaf, and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's anti-inflammatory. It's used for pain, mild pain,
sleep disorders, pain. Yeah, so it's a pretty powerful terpene apparently. Now, in the hop world for beer, apparently it's used primarily just to make it smell very green, very fresh. A lot of terpenes in beers are just there for aroma and maybe a little bit of flavor, but not a whole lot.
Oh, my pain just went away.
In cannabis, it can be used for all different kinds of things. But it's interesting. I was kind of doing a little bit of a wormhole with this afternoon for maybe like an hour or so, and talking about how scientists don't really know the depth of what terpenes do as far as the effects of
Just
cannabis and
scratching
marijuana.
the surface of terpenes, folks.
Yeah, because people
Just
thought like, well, it's the
scratching the
THC, it's
surface.
this that does it, it's that does it. But now
Right.
they're finding that
Nobody
terpenes.
knew what the hell we're doing.
Well,
Right?
people find that terpenes actually may have some sort of medicinal
Maybe a better
quality.
pour
Now, who
than I
knows?
did.
I don't know.
Mushroom head.
But it looks great though. I know that was almost identical
Smells
for
so
that.
good.
Pretty close.
Smells
Oh god, it does
delish.
smell incredible.
Smells delicious.
Wow. Tears of green for sure. That really
I
does.
just smelling it,
This is one I'm definitely going to stick my whole nose in right now.
dude. Oh my god,
Did I
that
get
smells
it?
really good.
I got
I
it.
got a little some.
I got a nice little beak.
Let me see if I can do it.
I got a little eagle beak going. Jesus. You got the milk mustache. Got hops.
Whoa, hey, you know, them terpenes right there.
Jesus God. And this guy was just sneezing a second ago from the last beer, so you know he's going to be. If he
God,
starts sneezing
don't
uncontrollably,
get
you
me
know
on
it's because
that
he inhaled an entire head of beer.
Ooh,
Get a straw for this?
So this also has Vic's Secret, which is
Oh,
no
yeah.
secret to our viewers that we love that hop.
What did I say?
So
It doesn't
much.
have it on the can, which I hate, but it's.
But
when
I'm
I gave
picking it up
to you,
already.
It was Vic's Secret Citra and another one, a normal one. Amarillo. Yeah, it's Vic's. You can quote me. on that.
Amarillo's just like throw it in.
That's the bait. Yeah, that's like
Get
you know
it
what I
in
mean.
there.
That's your trinity. You got to throw onions in the pot. You just throw some Amarillo
Right,
in
that's
there.
your
You're good.
mirepoix of hops. Get some Amarillo in there. Get some maybe, I wouldn't say Centennial. That's still a big kind of body beer.
This is tasty
hop too.
Wow, it is. I get
But
that. Yeah.
Vic's Secret, man, it's just got something to it. We love.
Doesn't taste quite as good as it smells to me, but I didn't expect it to smell so phenomenal. But it's got that bite, really bitey. This is a real biter, man. This one. This is the more traditional. We had a few nameless ones today. Actually, the one we had from Omagong, we had Neon Rainbows, which was pretty good. I actually enjoyed that one for a run-of-the-mill pseudo hazy. This is not quite as hazy as this, but it's
Yeah,
kind
and
of
this
regular.
isn't like anything you haven't had before, or
No.
we haven't had before.
These guys really remind me of like the South County New Trail style, though. To me, like if I could place them somewhere in there, they're kind of similar to that.
Yeah,
like Tired Hands kind of has its own kind of bill. I think Levante is always a little more sweeter.
Tired
Levante
Hands
never
is like they're like
Levante hasn't made anything really that.
they're like a whole
thick,
different menu.
That hazy. They make more sweeter kind of stuff too. I think. This one's a little more. It's a little more. A little more brash. Got it. It's cold out here.
8.4 on the fun
It's a double.
factor.
It's a double.
Not crazy.
It's a double. My hands are
I'm
freezing.
not really
out here. Have I said
tasting that.
yet?
I would say it's hidden. I don't think you have to really hide 8.4s anymore. If you do, you're doing something wrong. But
Yeah, definitely.
still, I've had some 8s. I had some
Yeah.
some artisanal ales,
Especially if it's really good
that were
fresh
just
hop
like,
beer.
Oh my god, like it's total booze fest.
Oh, yeah. I had
So
one the other day,
8% can
yeah.
be enough that it will be a total booze fest, but it really shouldn't be for good hazy brewers. It shouldn't be hard to mask. And this is no exception to that. This is masked very well.
Juice factor, I'd say, is kind of low on this one. It's not like a super juicy sweet one.
It's not.
It's tropical. It's
It's
not a real
really
face.
nice
It's not a real
swallow
face
to it.
melter either, though. But it's just a nice in between.
Yeah, it's got a really good hot bite and punch.
I don't know what the
And then it
IBUs are, but
falls.
I'd put them somewhere in maybe in the 80s on this one. Maybe I don't know. I could be wrong.
Could
maybe
be.
60s.
I'd say
but
50s to 80s.
50s to 80s. That's a
Isn't,
long
I mean,
range.
I know, but it is, but it isn't.
Maybe not 80s. Maybe it just tastes more hoppy to me because we had a total puddle of mud earlier.
Like I think that shape of hops is like a 90 something.
Is it really?
I think
The pineapple
those
one?
are usually like
Yeah.
super IBUs.
Yeah, we got a shape of hops coming. I haven't had one of those in years, so I'm excited.
Me
I
neither.
kind of, well, you know what happened with the Sham, and for a brewery that's that close to us, I hate it because I go to places around here and they're all old. It's a sad thing,
It's
but
a
they're
sin.
they're loaded
It's a
all over
sin.
the place, and I'm like, oh, look, here's one out. And I might go to a beer store, like I said this before a million times. I go there a couple times a month, maybe once every week, and I don't see it there the week before, but all of a sudden I see it the week after, and yet it's 6 months old. So what does that tell you? People are stocking old beer from somewhere else. They're rotating stuff around.
Rotating it around. Didn't sell here. Let's try it
Yeah,
here.
and it pisses me off because, like, oh, if you had it, like, when it was fresh, I would have bought it, but now you don't. So a lot of that's happening nationally now, too. It used to be kind of more of a local thing, and now I'm finding it with, there was a post from a beer place that Mark goes to
Goliath?
a lot. Yeah, Toppling Goliath a lot, and now with the Three Floyds. Not so much the King, whatchamacallit, because that one's still hard to get, but the Gumball
Zombie
Head
Dust.
is
Yeah.
Zombie Dust. But the Gumball Head and the other ones, dude, I'm finding them, and I made a
Laser
comment.
Snake.
Yeah,
is
Laser
another
Snake.
IPA.
I found them at Easy up the corner, and I was like, "Oh my god, they have Three Floyds! Let's
Gumball
check it
Head,
out."
I
And it was
think,
like a
is,
year old.
I think Gumball Head's a wheat beer.
Yeah, that one's okay. I'm not a big fan of it.
Honestly, people are going crazy about them. I think they're good beers.
I never thought they were that great.
I felt like Abita's been doing the same thing those guys were doing for 100 years.
Yeah, a lot of people have.
So, whatever. To each his own.
We're not here to slam anybody.
No, definitely not slamming them.
The only thing I slam is just the freshness of just the lack of awareness as far as distribution goes, and just general awareness and care. And honestly, the people that run the beer joints too, the local beer joints, they don't care. They don't even know about it.
And everybody's, your white whale, somebody else's backyard beer anymore.
That's right. So backyard boner fest.
It's crazy. Like I still see people getting a little boner over Heady Topper, and frankly, like I barely get up for that. Yeah. But I still, if somebody got it for me or brought it to me, I'd be like, "Oh, cool!
Yeah.
Like this is a great beer. It'll always be a great beer. It just, it's like it's just a ship that sailed for once you kind of have it. I mean, once you
were just up at Springfield and they had lunch on tap. I saw, and I was like, lunch.
Yeah, right. And then normally you'd be,
a couple years ago,
people to get it, but not anymore. And I mean, like Russian River, like I've had Pliny's. To each his own. And even Maine is a great example too. Like. Lunch was still kind of tough to get. Dinner I've never even had still.
Yeah.
So I mean, hey, there's still a lot of hype for it.
Who do I want?
And
all right,
we'll see.
We might wrap this up quick because we're dying out here. Plus, we don't want to bore your ass to death. I would say though, if you have a chance to get this is the best haze. I guess it's the only haze I've gotten out of Pittsburgh, but one of the better beers I've gotten from that area.
Yeah, hopefully we'll start seeing the Gnome a little bit more this way. Like I said, they're expanding.
Yeah, they do a lot of collabs
another place,
around,
but I don't know what that expansion is going to look like. I mean, it's crazy to think that we're finally just getting a beer from Pittsburgh, Schittsburg. Excuse me. Like kind of on the reg. It's not even really on the reg, but regularly enough. And then. We were getting beers like Elysian stuff from Seattle, like in California and stuff, like Ballast Point way back in the day, years and years and years ago. So it's just weird how, stuff within our own state and PA's that we could, God, that's a whole,
it was
PA
funny,
was a whole episode in itself. But anyway, it's just weird that, there's sought after beers within our state, let alone within our nation, and
it's tough though. They're competing.
Urge you to go and keep checking the local stuff, because a lot of times, I mean, we talk about all the time with the Urban Village, that beer.
They got a few new ones out.
Super Villain.
Yeah, Super Villain's definitely a miss.
A lot of respect, but it's awesome.
It's right up there nationally with a lot of the beers that I've had.
I mean, Blind Taste has it, and I'd be surprised if you didn't think that was one of the better beers in your lineup.
Yeah, we'll do that one day. Somebody buy us all these beers again, and we'll do it. The problem with doing the blind taste test over all these beers, like you would love to rate one of the greatest IPAs. I know. You love to rate one of the greatest IPAs against one of the newer IPAs, but the problem is they go old so fast that I can't sit on a beer from so-and-so for 3 months to rate it up against somebody else's.
Yeah.
You can only really do the seasonal, the rotational beers that they do, and then get them all lined up together. Like, I would have loved to do on the Ardrey Theory, all the Cobra beers lined up one by one. Yeah. Do them all and see which one we like the best. But you're talking a year to amass them all, and then by then the one's going to be shitty, and then it's going to taste different anyway. So.
Yeah, it's funny. I still talk to people that are like, oh, IPAs are nasty. I give them the old, like, you just...
They can be. I've had plenty of nasty IPAs this year.
You haven't had one... you just haven't tried enough of them, or you haven't had one that you liked. And what made me think about that, it's, again, to each his or her own, but, we're already talking about certain styles of an IPA that are already, like, old. Like, oh, this is an old New England IPA style.
Yeah. This is like the grandfather of New England IPAs.
There's people that are still thinking just all IPAs are the same, and let alone, like, there's these sub and
like ones from actually New England, like some like the 14 stars and some of those I've had, where it's like, well, this one's like really clear and it's really juicy and really fruity, but it doesn't really taste hoppy. It's really easily drinkable, and then like they got really cloudy. Then they decided, we can make it cloudy and hazy, and we can really throw the hops in there too, and make it really high.
Right, we'll dry hop it, and we'll do all.
Because I think what happened is like the hop heads really like this style, but then like it's too juicy and fruity. It's not in your face IPA enough. It's not hoppy enough. So then they kind of up the hops too. So now you have like a hybrid where it's and then you have the West Coast, East Coast hybrids too.
Just 2 years ago, the goal was drive the IBUs down. Drive them out. Like, try to get...
People were trying to get a zero IBU beer. Right, somebody did it. I forget who did it.
Get them out of here.
Yeah.
And now it's like, whoa, we can have our cake and eat it too. Let's keep the juice factors up, and let's hop the shit out of it.
And I think that's why we like this style so much, is that we're looking for that perfect... people say, oh, you guys, all you drink is this haze stuff. And I do drink a lot of it, but I'm still looking for that perfect balance for me. And when I find one I really like, I do get a lot of it. But, this one's pretty good. It's still a little more on the higher... not scratch, but a little more Look
It's
at
getting
this
scratchy,
fine.
but it's good.
Really good, really tasty.
really
This is a
good.
great one, yeah. These guys are solid. They're definitely solid. If you see Hitchhiker, I would say pick it up. If you're like on the regular beer circuits and you're looking for something new to try other than the usual South Trail or South Trail.
And this might
South
be
County
one.
New
This
Trail.
might be one too that you can sneak by without really. There's not like tons of hype. So I mean,
Yeah.
you might still see this where somebody else isn't looking for it.
Yeah.
You know, somebody might not be like, "Oh my God, Hitchhiker! Holy shit!"
Yeah, I don't hear a lot about these guys at all. And
No, it's like
solid
over here,
stuff,
they're not getting. They're still not getting that hyped up. But
solid shit.
you know, trust us. You know, you heard it here first.
My hands might be frozen, but my taste buds aren't. And I will not.
It's chilly out here. What the hell? Ringing out on Christmas Day.
Oh yeah, we were just listening to Fairy Tale in New York.
Yeah, we're listening to Lockdown Lullabies.
Yes, what we're listening to, yes, is the CD that's been distributed by the best local jam Irish bands. I can't think of it. Kilmaine Saints, Barley Juice, Jameson, the Shamrogues.
The Shamrogues,
and somebody else, God forgive us, but anyway, we love the local Irish.
Shanny should have been on there. There could have been a whole other one with Birmingham Six.
It's a pretty good CD though. It's got a lot of traditional stuff.
Whoever the hell's on there.
Are they local Rum Jacks?
I don't think they are.
No,
but
I got my ultimate list. You've seen it. I posted it on our page before. I added two more today. Some really good ones, but anyway.
Yeah. So
Maybe we'll jam one before
we're getting there. We're getting ready for
Mark
St.
leaves.
Pat's.
Mark's got to go home.
Shit happens.
And we're leaving. Bye.
Yeah, it's good catching up
All right,
to you guys.
Yeah.
And go Flyers.